In this video, I'll be showing you my Xbox 360 collection. My games aren't in any specific order, but anyway, this is my Xbox 360 collection, so let's get started. The first game I have is Saints Row. It's kind of like a copycat of Grand Theft Auto series. The main difference is you can do a little bit more. You can customize your character. You can do like store holdups. You can do like a lot more stuff. Just basically check it out. This is the first one. I don't own the second or third one. If you would like to check those games out, you can. I personally like the first and second ones over the third one because of the style of the game. But anyway, Saints Row is a pretty good game. Definitely check it out. Here is Saints Row, and here's what the back looks like. It is a fairly old game, but there it is anyway. Saints Row, the first one. The next game I have is NBA Live 06. I got it for about $2. There's nothing spectacular about this basketball game. It's pretty much garbage. Not just because it's NBA Live 06. It's because of the people in the game, or the players, actually move like robots. So it's a very bad NBA game. The experience of this game is very bad. But anyway, it's just NBA Live 06. Pretty much don't even buy it. The next game I have on my list is NBA 2K11. It is one of the best basketball games. It's not the current one. I know 12 and 13. They're both better games than this. But for being NBA 2K11, it's still a very, very good game. Of course, it does feature Michael Jordan. I did have a lot of fun with this game. It is NBA 2K11. Very good basketball game if you're into basketball. Because you can definitely get this one cheap now. So definitely check this one out. NBA 2K11. The next one I have on my list is NBA 2K10. Nothing much to say about that. Just another basketball game. The next game I have on my list is Madden NFL 12. Still a very good game, even though Madden 13 is out. Definitely check this one out if you like the NFL and football. Madden NFL 12. The next game I have on my list is Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. It still is a very good Guitar Hero. You can get it cheap, and most of the achievements on this game are very easy to earn. So if you like collecting a lot of achievements, this game has a lot of achievements, and it's very easy to play. And it has one of the best set lists out of all the Guitar Heroes, in my opinion. But anyway, there's Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Still a very good game, and very good easy achievements to pick up if you like picking up achievements. And there it is. So the next game I have is, I guess we'll just start with Left 4 Dead 1. I do have Left 4 Dead 1. It's basically just kind of like you go from one point to another. Basically, you're these 4 people trying to survive a zombie apocalypse, and you get guns and weapons and stuff, and you just shoot zombies. There's really no point to the game, but you get from one safe house to another safe house, and then pretty soon you get rescued at the end. But overall, it's not competitive or anything. It's just a shoot 'em up game where you just go around shooting zombies. If you like killing loads of zombies and stuff, you'll probably have fun with this. Left 4 Dead. There's Left 4 Dead. Made by Valve, and there it is. I had a pretty good time playing this game, Left 4 Dead. This is a Left 4 Dead 2. It basically took the first game and made it tons better. Basically, it added more weapons and stuff. It changed the cast up, and it added more weapons. But from the first game to the second game I would have to say is not as scary as the first game. But there's really no point of owning the first Left 4 Dead anymore, because if you didn't know, they have all the campaigns on Left 4 Dead 1 on Left 4 Dead 2 now. So Left 4 Dead 1's kind of dead. You can buy Left 4 Dead 2 and play all the old campaigns on Left 4 Dead 1 with the new DLC. So basically, there's no need to buy Left 4 Dead 1 disc. But anyway, that's Left 4 Dead 2. It is an overall way better game anyway, because they added way more weapons. They've added like melee weapons, more guns. They've added like Boomermobile and stuff. So basically, this is Left 4 Dead 2. Definitely check this game out. A very fun shoot 'em up game. Same premises as the first one. Just going from one point to another to get rescued until you get to the end of the campaigns. But overall, Left 4 Dead 2. There it is. Next game on my list is Rock Band 2. It's just another rhythm game. Nothing special about this game. It's okay. You can play different instruments like drum, guitars, and microphone, but that's pretty much it. It's still a very good game, and they do have a very big library for DLC on this game. If you like rhythm games, definitely check this out, Rock Band 2. Next game I have on my list is Battlefield Bad Company 2. It's a pretty good FPS shooter. Nothing fancy, but it's still a pretty good FPS shooter. I didn't get really into it, but anyway, there's Battlefield Bad Company 2, so I can't really tell you much about this. Maybe I only played it for like 4 or 5 hours, so I really can't tell you my impressions on this game, but there it is. Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now Now the next game I have on my list is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. I played the heck out of this game. This came out the same year that that Halo 3 came out, and I actually picked this one up. It's a very good shooter. Back in the day, it was one of the most advanced shooters on the market, basically. But that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the very first one. A very great game, very good. There it is. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now the next game I have on my list is Call of Duty 2. This game you can pick up right when the Xbox 360 launched. So basically I didn't have much of a choice. So that was like one of the only games I can pick up when the Xbox 360 launched. And that's why I own this game. And I did pre-order the Xbox in 2005 and I got it pretty much early. And there's only a couple of games I could have got with it. And that was one of them. So I did pick up Call of Duty 2. Nothing spectacular in terms of multiplayer. Campaign is okay. But definitely check out War at War if you like these kind of old shooters from back in the day. But anyway, this is Call of Duty 2. The next game I have on my list is Halo Wars. It's an RTS game. So basically you're controlling groups to attack other groups. So you're not really in first person or anything. It's not the traditional Halo game. It's more of an RTS game. Well, it is an RTS game. But anyway, this is a very basic RTS. If you're trying to get started with RTS games, I'd suggest checking this Halo Wars game out. Unlike other RTSs like StarCraft or League of Legends, it is not that really complicated, so you won't get confused with what you're doing. It's more or less like a beginner's RTS. If you like real-time strategies, definitely check this game out. I had a lot of fun with this game, and I still play it sometimes. So anyway, this is Halo Wars. A very good RTS game for beginners, mostly. But there is still a lot of strategy involved when you play this, even though if you're not a beginner, you can still have fun with this game. But anyway, the next game I have on my list is Halo 3 ODST. For most gamers, this game was probably the most disappointing Halo game to date. The campaign was stale, and the multiplayer was the same as Halo 3. But overall, it's still a pretty good game, but nothing spectacular like the other Halo games. So this is probably by far one of the worst Halo games to date, for most people anyway. But here it is, Halo 3 ODST. The next game I have is Halo Reach. Now, there's a lot of mixed feelings on this game, but I personally had pretty much a good time with this game. As far as it coming out and stuff, I played the heck out of it and stuff. Still a very good Halo Reach game, but a very good Halo game, excuse me. But anyway, here's just Halo Reach. It's an FPS shooter. But there it is, Halo Reach. Now, the next game I have on my list is 99 Nights. So yeah, it's kind of like a Dynasty Wars. If any of you guys played Dynasty Wars, it is kind of repetitive, so it will get really boring fast. You're just going from mission to mission. Basically, all you're doing in the game is slashing thousands of enemies on the screen at once, so it does get really stale really fast. All the missions are almost exactly the same. You just choose different characters, you level them up, you just go hack and slash. It is basically a hack and slash game that gets really repetitive, like Dynasty Warriors. So if you own Dynasty Warriors, or if you own this game already, don't buy any more Dynasty Wars, and don't buy any more of these games. They do make a second one, but still the same premises, still the same tactic goes for it. You just hack and slash thousands of enemies. But here it is, 99 Nights. It still was a very good game when I got it, but overall it gets really repetitive. Next game I have is Sims 3. Not much to tell you about this game. It's just a virtual life simulator. So basically you can make your own house, you can have a job, you can have kids and all that stuff. If you like that kind of thing, you can go ahead and check this out. This is The Sims 3, but I would really suggest getting this game on PC, just because when you go to the actual town, there's no loading screens and stuff. So you will get a better experience on the PC if you get The Sims 3. But anyway, here's The Sims 3 for Xbox 360, and that's the back of it. The next game I have on my list is End War. It is also an RTS game, a real-time strategy game. I picked this up brand new, but now you can pick it up for around $4. Very, very cheap. I don't know why I picked it up brand new. I thought it'd be pretty good. I mean, I didn't really get into it like I thought I had, like what I planned on. When I bought it, I thought I'd get really into this game, but I really didn't get into it that much. One cool thing about End War is you can actually use a microphone to control your groups. Instead of using your joypad, you can go like a group 2 to command center or whatever, and it'll just go to them, which is pretty cool. So it does got voice commands, which is pretty cool. This is Tom Clancy's End War. Graphics on here are pretty good, but I didn't really get into it like I thought I would get into it, but you can check it out if you like RTS games. The next game I have on my list is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. Nothing really fancy about this game. It is pretty old. It's just golfing. But yeah, there's Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. The next game I have on my list is Forza 2 Motorsports. It still is a very fun motorsports game or racing game. This is a real life simulating racing game, so it's not arcadey or anything. So if you like arcade racers, stay away from Forza. But other than that, it's like Gran Turismo on the PS3. It's an okay game. You can definitely check it out. Even though it's pretty old, Forza 2 is still pretty good. You can find this one cheap too with all the car add-ons and stuff. So yeah, Forza 2 Motorsports. The next game I have on my list is Tony Hawk's Project 8, another Tony Hawk's game. There's nothing really new about this game, but the main thing about this game is when you're up in the air, you can actually slow down time or slow motion, and then you can do flips in the air and stuff while you slow motion. But other than that aspect of the game, this is just like any other Tony Hawk game. You may hate Tony Hawk or love Tony Hawk. It's basically the same premise. So if you are not into Tony Hawks or you love Tony Hawks, it's the same thing except for you have slow-mo now. I didn't really find anything different. Graphics are pretty good. That's Tony Hawk's Project 8. The next game I have on my list is Skate. Now this game I would have to say is a lot better than Tony Hawk because it actually feels like you're skateboarding. Like in Tony Hawk, you just press A or B to grind a rail or do a trick. But in Skate, basically what you do is you take the right analog stick and you move it up and down to do all your tricks. You can't just be pressing buttons to grind or doing flips. You have to use one button to do everything, like jumping and everything. So it does feel like you're skating. And in this game, you're in like a first-person kind of mode where like the camera's like following you around and stuff. It's pretty cool, so definitely check out Skate. It does make you feel like you're a skateboarder. Definitely way better than Tony Hawk. The next game I have on my list is Blitz the League. It's a football game. It's kind of a copy of the NFL, but they had their own league. So none of the teams in Blitz the League are real teams in real life. So it's kind of a arcadey football game, I guess I'd have to say, because it does have powers and stuff. But yeah, there's Blitz the League. The next game I have on my list is Gears of War. I'm a big fan of the Gears of War series, but I haven't played the first one. I own the disc, but I never played it. I might have played 2 or 3 hours of the campaign, and that's pretty much it. But there's Gears of War, the first one. The next game I own on my list would have to be Gears of War 2. Now, I played a lot of this game, a lot of this game. This game is very good back in the day. I got it when it first came out. It's a very good game. Some people have mixed feelings on this game because when it first came out, they said it was too similar to the first game. They might have added 2 or 3 new weapons, but for the most part, it's too similar to the first game. I mean, overall, I had a very fun time playing Gears of War 2, and it's one of my favorite Gears of War games. Anyway, there's Gears of War 2. Now, the next game I have on my list is Madden 09. Nothing much else to say about that, just another Madden game. I'll go ahead and show you the case. And then I guess I'll just show you Madden 07 too. Nothing else really. Just Madden 07. The next game I do have is Lego Rock Band. It's kind of like the regular Rock Band, but the difference is all the songs are arcade. All the songs are like family friendly, so you won't find any hard songs on there like Metallica or anything. But other than that, it's still a pretty much fun game. But most of the songs on there, since they're family friendly, they are pretty much easier than the rest of them, so you can't really fill a song on that game. But I don't really know why I picked it up. And the notes on this game are Lego. Everything in this game is Lego based. Still a pretty cute game if you have kids or a family and stuff. So yeah, that's Lego Rock Band. The next game I have on here is regular Rock Band for the Xbox 360. There it is. The next game I own is Battlefield Bad Company. Can't really tell you much about this one either. I only played it a little bit, but overall, the graphics were pretty good. The time I had with it was okay. It was pretty fun. There's Battlefield Bad Company, the first one, and there it is. The next game I have on my list would have to be Burger King Pocket Bike Racer. I got it in the bundle at Burger King when they're having meals. You can get the value meal, and you can get this game for $2. It's an okay racer, nothing really fancy. You can get this game now for $2 at, I think, GameStop. But other than that, it's pretty much a mediocre game. But if you're looking to collect a game or something, you can get this for $2. Pocket Bike Racer. Now, the next game I do own on my list is another Burger King game. It's called Big Big Pimpin', and I didn't really remember this game, so I can't really comment on this game. It's just another mediocre game, but there it is, Big Pimpin'. The next game I have on my list is Dead Rising. I played like 5 minutes of this game and got tired of it. I mean, the second one may be better, but this game, I kept dying a lot and stuff. I couldn't get past the first boss or anything, and it was just hard. Maybe some of you passed it and stuff, but I just had some troubles with this game, so I only played like 30 or 40 minutes or 5 minutes, and when I got to the first boss, I got stuck and I basically quit. Quit playing this game. But yeah, there's Dead Rising. It's a zombie game. You can use anything to kill zombies, but you have a time limit, I think. I'm not quite sure. I didn't really remember because I didn't really get into this. The next game I have on my list is Def Jam Icon. It is a Def Jam series where you're fighting rapper to rapper. Basically, this game was a letdown to me. I had big hopes for this game, but when I got it, I was really let down. The Def Jam New York is way better on the PS2 because you can do 2-on-2 battles, 1v1s, team battles, free for alls and stuff. And this one, they don't got as many rappers, and they're all one-on-one battles, and you can't choose your style of fighting, and you can't really upgrade your guy or anything, so it's not as cool. But anyway, there's Def Jam Icon. It was a big disappointment to me. But anyway, there's also Tekken 6. It's a fighting game. If you're a fan of the Tekken series back on the PS1, you'll probably have a lot of fun with Tekken 6. Nothing much to say about it. It's just another fighter. If you don't own a lot of fighting games, definitely check this out. It is a very good fighting game, Tekken 6. There's Tekken. Another game on my list I have next up is Halo Anniversary. I got this game because I really never beaten the first Halo. Back in the day, I never beat the first Halo, so that's why I got it. But basically, it's still a very good FPS shooter. It's a good for the campaign and stuff. If you are a big Halo fan and you mostly play campaign or you want to relive the first one, you can get Halo Anniversary. It's a very good game. I say if you own the first one, actually on the Xbox, don't really get this game. The only main difference is you'll get better graphics. And you can also use the Kinect, but overall it's just really a waste of money unless you really love Halo. But overall, that's Halo Anniversary for the Xbox 360. And there it is. The next game I have on my list is Gears of War. This game is a lot of fun. They've added a whole bunch of new stuff in this game, of course, but I still love the Gears of War 2 just because I played it more and stuff. I did put a lot of hours in this game, but compared to the second one, I had more fun with the second one. I don't know why. I just liked the second one. But anyway, Gears of War 3 is a very good game. There it is. Gears of War 3. The next game on my list is Halo 3. This one was also a very good game. I had many hours playing Forge on this game when it first came out. This game is a very good shooter. Still to this day, I do pop this game in just to play campaign because I do love the campaign on here. It is a very good game, and there's Halo 3. Had a lot of fond memories of this game, but there it is. The next game I have on my list is Split Second. It is an arcadey racing game. It is kind of like I would have to say it is kind of like Mario Kart, where you can use like power-ups to kill your opponents on the track. But the main difference between this and Mario Kart is, this game, you don't really pick up power-ups on the track. Basically, when you drift or you draft behind somebody, basically you get this little bar and you can activate power-ups on the map. Like say there'll be a crane up a ways. You'll be racing and you'll see a crane like in the distance, and basically if you press your power-up button, the crane will start swinging out and try to hit anybody in the way. Or like you can actually change the environment, like if you're racing on a racetrack. Like there's one racetrack where you're racing on a racetrack and then you go around the corner and there's a big like a mountain hill, and then you can activate your activator and blow it up, and then basically you'll be driving under a big waterfall instead of going around the mountain. So yeah, so you can change the racetrack you're driving on. But overall, this game does get very repetitive. I suggest you really don't buy this game. I mean, I don't really know why I bought this game. I was thinking it was going to be fun. It's fun for like 2 or 3 days you own it because you've never seen the tracks before. But once you've played the tracks over and over, everything's in the same position. The way you change the tracks is the same. It's like a Michael Bay's movie. At first, you're going to think it's really impressive, but after you see the same things happen all the time, you'll get really bored. Like, there's also this one track where basically, once you blow up part of the track, you get to drive on this runway, And then after you drive on this runway, you can activate this thing where basically a big airplane goes over the runway and it tries to crash all the racers. But other than that, this game will get very stale and very repetitive. Because once you've seen all the tracks and everything and how it goes, you get very bored of it. But once again, this is Split Second, an arcade racing game. The next game I have on my list is Borderlands Game of the Year. I do love Borderlands. It's one of my favorite FPS RPGs. It's a combination of a first-person shooter and an RPG. It is a very good game. Of course, the second one's out. Borderlands 1 is very fun, but one thing that kind of turns me off on Borderlands 1 is, I would have to say, is that all the enemy types are almost all the same, so you keep seeing the same enemy types over and over and over. That's one thing that's wrong with Borderlands 1. You keep seeing the same enemies over and over and over, even when you go to different locations, so it does kind of get stale that way. But other than that, this is still a very good game. It's very good to play online on Xbox Live. If you have a live account, this would be a very good game to play online. Borderlands FPS RPG, and the style of this game was not what I was expecting. This game got like a different visual style. It's kind of like comic book style. So when you're playing the game, everything was comic bookish, I guess. I don't know how you'd really explain it. But the graphics are a little bit different. So when you're playing this game, you're going to be expecting different graphics. But other than that, this is a very good game, Borderlands. And that's pretty much all the games I have in my... oh, I have a couple more back here I didn't see. The next game I have on here is Perfect Dark Zero. This game also came out when the 360 launched back in 2005 or 6. This is like one of the only games you can get on the Xbox 360 besides like that Kumara game and Call of Duty 2. And this is why I have this game. I didn't buy it new. I did buy it new in 2005, but overall it's just a mediocre game, I would have to say. Perfect Dark Zero. There it is. Perfect Dark Zero. It's an FPS shooter. I didn't really play any of the campaign. But yes, there's Shadowrun. It is a very good game. There's no story mode in Shadowrun. It is kind of like Counter-Strike. If any of you played Counter-Strike on the PC or Xbox 360, you can pick a role to play. Like you can be an elf, you can be like a giant, you can be like a human, and basically you can buy power-ups at the start of the game. And basically you can play Capture the Flag or Team Deathmatch. There's no story mode, and you can play with Vista people on Vista. But other than that, this game's kind of flat and boring. As you can see, I picked it up for $4. It's Shadowrun. The next game I have on my list is Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. Got it for about $10. Nothing really spectacular. It's just another beat 'em up fighting game. Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. The next game I have on my list is Fear 2. If you love very scary games, definitely check out Fear 2. I know there's Fear 3, but people have been saying Fear 3 is not as scary. If you're really dedicated to the Fear series, definitely check out the Fear 1 or Fear 2. Fear 2 is really scary, especially at some parts. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a whole bunch of parts in this game that are really scary, that make you jump. Especially if you have a good surround sound system, or you're playing in the basement or in the dark, you're going to get really creeped out. But other than that, this is a FPS shooter, and it got a story on it. There is multiplayer on this game, but this multiplayer is pretty much dull on this game. You wouldn't want to play multiplayer on this game, but this is Fear 2 Project Origins. And one cool thing that sets us apart from other FPS shooters is, when you're playing campaign, basically you can go around shooting people, but the main cool thing about this game is you can slow down time, so when you're going across the corner or